What's up? It's me, BBoy Cray. And today's class notes, I'll just read over them. In attendance was Ibu and her mom Sarah, Eli and Noah. We started out 5 minutes late, and we kind of everything felt really fast today. I think that's maybe a good sign because maybe we were having so much fun. I don't know. I can't tell. Anyway, we started out typical crab crawls and table crawls. Hopefully you guys did that. Wasn't paying attention. Handstands and handstand touches, which were very successful. Turtles and turtle collapses. Ibu, I forgot to get you to do those. I'm not sure if you did them. But Eli, great job being real tenacious about getting the turtles done correctly. Slow and steady wins the race, especially when it comes to something as physical as dancing. Just keep plugging away, small hammers, small hammering, every day. Just pound away one little like quality effort. It builds and builds and builds, and next thing you know, you become this really solid like brick house of a dancer. So just keep plugging away, one move at a time. Okay, and then I wanted to go over head and neck stretches, so that we could really comb over like head bridging. Instead, there's a really good link. I'm gonna leave it at the bottom. It's about neck stretches, and I think it's really helpful. Ultimately, just watch that video, and it'll really help. And then head bridges we'll cover in a later class, or maybe I'll cover it. I used to be really good at head bridges because I used to do wrestling in high school and college, so I know a lot about bridging and stuff like that. I'm just really rusty with that kind of physical exercise. Anyway, then we moved on at about 4:50 we moved on, and we started so we started about 5 minutes late, and so our schedule just kind of went 5 minutes late. We practiced our two-step, and we mixed it up with a front step, which will eventually evolve into an Indian step, which is the Indian step gets its name from the Indian rain dance, or the native rain dance. Yeah, it's not exactly PC, but it's still a name in the culture that's widely accepted. Anyway, yeah, I guess it's just become esoteric at this point. Let's see. And then sit drops. Honestly, I don't feel like I was very successful in communicating what a sit drop needs to, how a sit drop needs to be executed. Although I'm not too worried about it. It's a relatively easy thing to learn, so I might just put a link at the bottom. Yeah, I'll put a link of how to do a sit drop at the bottom. And let's see, and then we sit drop, and then we kind of learned how to turn into a turtle freeze, which you kind of need to understand threading a little bit, which means like you need to understand the sit drop. Not a big deal. We'll get to that one. It's not a super creative thing. It's just a fundamental thing. Let's see, creative exercise. Our creative exercise went well. We only did it for like 30 seconds, but it was holding the table freeze and not using your feet to go onto your elbow. And then we ciphered. We ciphered with top rock cipher, and that went really cool. Eli, just remember to start using your entire body. Really extend those arms. I know you don't want to get them out there, but if you don't learn to extend your arms, you'll never be able to control anything within it. So like your control is as far as you can extend. So like just exaggerate those arms, and exaggerate your legs, and exaggerate your features, so that when you do want to pull it back, when you do want to tone it down and look a little more relaxed, you have control over it. Okay. Let's see. And then we kind of just blended our top rock cipher into just a normal like get down. So let's look over the two-step and the front step. And what we learned today, it was very small movements. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then remember you don't have to step across. You just have to step a little bit to the side and in the front. You don't even have to go like over your foot. You can actually see how my foot lines up right here. You don't have to go all the way over, right? Especially when you're just grooving. This is more of a groove step, right? 1, 2, remember 2. Bend your knees on the way down. Step back up, bend your knees, step back up, bend your knees, step back up, bend your knees. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, when you step forward, it's the same concept. You're stepping forward, bending the knee, stepping forward, bending the knee, stepping forward, bending the knee. Now, don't worry too much about the stylization of it. Really teach your body that this is something that you do as a functioning human being. You can do this, all right? So, because your body really doesn't know what to do until you teach it. That's why it took you many years to learn how to walk, and that's why it took you many months later to learn how to run. It's a building process. Your brain needs to put the information into your legs, into your arms, into your abdominals, into the tiny little crevice in your shoulder. It's a muscle memory, as a layman might call it. So you're here, boom, boom. Remember, the center of your weight is kind of between both legs. Both your legs are carrying a pretty similar weight until we get into the more advanced type of top rocks where we jump around like this stuff, right? Until we get into that stuff, don't worry about how extreme you look. Just worry about your arms. And then also you can practice, just to add on, you can practice these 4 points: shoulders and hips, okay? And so as you move your arms, you can touch that part of the hip, touch up here, boom, touch back, touch here, boom, 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 right? 7 minutes. And then Ibu, practice this when you're for what you're going to practice. Or actually no, Eli, check this out. Eli, you need to work on your turtles. So just for example, I was saying in your notes, just like, oh, my wrists are not stretched out at all. This is what happens when you get old. It's like, so you're here, right? Keep your hairline on the floor, not your face, right? Because remember, your hairline helps your back stay curved, but when you put your face on there, it's like this, and it totally messes up the arch in your spine. You want that spine to be totally like, boom, rounded, right? So this helps keep it round. This makes it more of like a weird S, and you don't want that at all. Okay, so when you're practicing your turtle, right now I think your turtle you're failing at breathing, but by the end of class you kind of picked up on that, and so just be aware of your failures so you can go back and pour some cement in there. You know what I'm saying? And just work on whatever it is that you identify as your weakest link. Work on it. And also know your strengths, but you can make your strengths stronger by working on what's weak. So check this out. You're here. Just come up with weird push-ups and stuff, right? So you can be here, and you can keep your legs out, right? You see how my feet are on the ground? And then just like try to do push-ups from here. Or you can do like one arm out, and you can try to do push-ups like this. Keep it simple. Make sure you're getting a workout though. And then what else did I say? Turtles. Practice your baby love or your baby step. Really make sure you're putting your hips into it. I'll attach a link at the bottom. And then babies, turtles, and handstands. Handstands, you know what to do. Practice your handstands. Practice it as passionately as you can. It's just fundamental, and you're going to be very happy with yourself once you've gotten your handstand. Okay, so Ibu, just keep going, sort of take note of what I just told Eli, and then also just keep going with practicing what I sent you, which is like practice your turtle, right? Correct. So practice your turtle, then practice getting into like your baby freeze on the left side, then get into a head bridge, then roll over into your baby freeze on the right side, and then just get back into your turtle. We're going to call this the corkscrew. We're going to call this the corkscrew because it's a very fundamental framework for adding all kinds of dynamic movements. So check this out. You're here. You're try to do this so that the camera can see. You're in your turtle, right? Always keep your head on the floor, okay? Like you're wearing the rim of a hat, a top hat. You know, a top hat, those fancy ones, right? Like you're wearing the rim of a top hat. Work around this area right here, okay? So you're in your turtle. Just get into your baby freeze. So you're here, right? Take an arm out, right? Move it over. And you can get into this baby freeze, or you can get into this one, right? I recommend this one, okay? With your knee on the inside, all right? Not on the outside like this one, but just right here, okay? So you're here, and then plant this foot. I hope you can see it. Plant this foot behind here. Kind of twist your body, and as you twist your body, really try to get to the top of your head. All right? Try to get to the top of your head, right? And then try to stab this arm. It might be difficult, but you can do it. You're here. It's not good side, right? And you're here, right? And then eventually you just move, so right. And then you get into the turtle. You're a lot more flexible than me. I imagine you'll be able to do this like come next week. Your strength's almost there, and then once you learn that, you're well on your way to just making all sorts of progress. It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be insane. All right, so that's it. Those are class notes. Be sure to practice really hard. Ibu, practice your baby steps just as much as everything else, because your baby steps are really going to help with your footwork. And that's it. That's everything. Hope everybody has a good week. Eli, see you in 2 weeks. 14 days better. All right? Peace.